All right. Good afternoon, Ben. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm really good. It's been great to talk with you thus far. So this part of the interview, we record just a few minutes of the conversation, and then I send this over to my client, and it kind of like a first impression, almost like your resume jumping off the page. So I'm going to ask you a couple questions. Question one: tell me a little bit about your education.
I'm originally from Canada, so I went to school up in Canada. I took HVAC. I got my certificate in HVAC as a technician. Went into mechanical engineering after that. Got my bachelor's in mechanical engineering. While I did that, I also got my applied in business management. So I have both that. In my final 2 years of school, I was also working for Noontide, but that's no, not education. So I have my applied in business admin, management, and bachelor's in mechanical engineering.
Okay, wonderful. And then you graduated, and then you became full-time with Noontide.
Yep.
Tell me, what kind of company is Noontide? What do they do?
Their facility maintenance and management across North America.
And so who is their customer?
Property management companies, direct malls, office buildings, hospitals, really any sort of commercial real estate or commercial property management company.
Okay, and you were there about 6 years?
Correct.
And then what services were they providing to those businesses?
All trades. So in-house, we had technicians, and then we subcontracted as well. So in-house, we had handyman, electricians, HVAC, and plumbers. And then wherever we could not reach with our own technicians, we would subcontract to third parties.
Okay, great. And what was your role? Or did you start somewhere and then progress?
Yeah, so I started down as a maintenance technician to start when I was in school. And then when I got out, they brought me into their system side, so helped build their actual operations system. And then after that, they brought me into actual operations management. So I ran their Canadian operations for just under 2 years. And then they brought me to the US to run both US and Canada as their operations manager.
Okay, perfect. And so then, like I said, you were there for about 6 years. And then you pivoted slightly.
Yeah.
To another company. You got a promotion. Great job. Tell me about that.
So I moved over to McCluskey Mechanical. They are a national mechanical contractor. I work out of their Orlando office. However, I manage both Georgia and Tennessee as well for them. Main areas we work in are medical and education. I oversee all their operations, so dealing with technicians, dealing with clients, it's daily. Calls, doing site walks with our technicians, with project managers, dealing with both construction and service.
Okay, so their customer is who?
They are direct to hospitals, school systems, direct to not through property management companies, but through
Okay,
yeah, direct to.
perfect. And about how many people are reporting to you right now?
Right now, 28.
28. Okay. And you said in office, there's about 3 of you in the office?
Yeah, there's 3 here in Orlando. There's a couple others remote, but daily in the office in Orlando, it's the 3 of us.
Okay. And you're local, you live here in Volusia County?
Yes.
Okay, great. And then we talked about like what you help the hospitals do. So what type of services does your company offer to the hospitals?
Yes, we do plumbing, HVAC. I have technicians that are certified for MedGas, so I help oversee that with them. Do both install, service, construction, all of it for MedGas, HVAC, and plumbing.
Okay, great. Let's see here. I've got some efficiency notes. I just want to make a little note there. I liked that, and I'm actually putting this in your profile about the emergency response time. Tell me about that. That was at Noontide.
So both at Noontide, something I put into place was always making sure we hit our KPIs in terms of emergency responses.
Yeah.
I never want to fail meeting a promise to a client. So biggest thing is whenever emergencies come in, I want to make sure we are covered. And I always have technicians readily available to hit those emergencies. So I'm putting those processes in place to make sure we have a guy ready to go in case of, the emergencies always happen at 5 p.m. on a Friday. We want to make sure we can hit the windows that that the clients want. Like for med, yes, that's life safety. You got to be there within an hour.
Yeah, absolutely.
So making sure we have the processes in place to make sure we can hit those windows, and making sure we have the right tech base to make sure we can also hit that.
Yeah. And on also that your revenue growth, where did you scale from 5 million to 9 million? Was that at Noontide or
Noontide?
Noontide. Okay.
With Noontide, it was really after COVID, the biggest thing was the amount of contractors just seemed to dwindle down, and clients were very, I don't want to say desperate to try and find people, but we were very proactive in getting our sales teams out to meeting people as soon as COVID lifted and people were able to go and meet. We started going and actually meeting people in person, and we really developed in-person relationships with these clients in order to actually get their business. You can call a client 10 times a day, but you're just a voice at the end of the day. So getting those relationships with the clients, they'll trust you, and then they'll start giving you more and more. And that's really the proof of what I did at Noontide, was getting our sales teams out in the field and then delivering on the operations side.
Sure, absolutely. And then I would also imagine that you're leading the teams. Well, I should say you're probably leading the leaders that are leading the teams that are actually doing the work, the installers and such, as well. And how do you keep them motivated?
Just always being communicative with them. A lot of times I've noticed with the techs, like when I came to the most recent company I'm with, their biggest complaint was they always get dismotivated when they don't hear from the office. Like there's nothing happening, nobody's working. If you communicate, you give them like, hey, we have this and this coming up. Are you interested in taking this on? Yeah, that gets them motivated. It's like, okay, they can see the 3 months. Oh, I can take on this project, this project, this project. Oh, this client has this stuff coming up. You communicate with them with what's going on, and you don't hide stuff at the end of the day. Like I get you should not be telling everyone all the inner secrets, but at the same time, you need to communicate with the guys so they have an expectation of, oh, I'm going to have work for the next 6, 9, 12, so on months. That seems to motivate them, because a lot of these guys, they're hourly. They want to make sure that they're getting their 40 hours. And
yeah, for sure.
So that's compared to the office, they know we're getting our salaries regardless. So keeping them motivated to know that their hours are going to stay consistent over the next quarter is important, and that keeps them motivated from what I've seen.
Absolutely. I mean, I feel like you're a unique candidate because you definitely have the boots on the ground. You have the technical side of it. You have the leadership side of it to be able to, lead and create a culture with a company, as well as the numbers side of it. Like, the numbers, to lead sales teams, to lead, accounting, the purchasing side of it. We didn't really even talk about that. But from before, when we were talking a little bit about your resume, I believe it's actually on here. You are leading the purchasing teams as well, correct?
Yep.
Perfect. All right. I think that's all I have for this part of it. The first interview is really just a get to know you, quick overview. And then the next step, I send this profile over to my client. If my client feels like, they want to learn more about you and like start to talk all the technical good stuff, and real details, diving in a little deeper into the role, then they'll schedule another interview with you and probably the HR team. So I'm going to stop this part of the interview, but don't go anywhere. We got a few more things to talk about.
Okay.